Hello everyone and welcome back again. It is time for the next run of day 3 of our 35th anniversary stream. I'm joined by Fat Kid and also once again Sergeant Silent, and let's get ready for Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. Take it away.
Hello, I'm me. I'm Fat Kid.
Hello, I'm Sarge, and you just can't get rid of me. How you feeling today? You ready for this run?
Yeah, I'm ready. I mean, I practiced yesterday, so it'll be all fine.
Yeah, Peace Walker does what Peace Walker does.
Yeah, Peace Walker's a unique game, so no doubt I'll run into something I've never seen before, and it'll be funny. But
Alright, I will let you do countdown. You know,
yeah.
when everything.
Okay, so on go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Nice. Good luck. Good luck.
Thank you. I have a pretty weird setup, and I'm actually playing without audio right now, but I did that in practice and it was fine. But if you
Okay.
ever see me like in a boss fight, just looking around wondering where a boss is, just assume that's why.
Yeah. So, right off the bat, this game is subdivided into, I believe, in this category, about 28 unique missions that we're going to be entering one after another. This is new game, so it's going to unlock those missions back to back to back. This game has a lot of cutscenes, but the cool thing about cutscenes is you can actually push the start button as soon as you see that little like loading symbol in the bottom disappear, and it will buffer the pause, and then all you have to do is just hit the skip button as soon as you can. So that's a really cool way to skip cutscenes in this game. And this is our first section of gameplay. So we're going to be playing as Snake for a majority of this category. There are other playable characters, but it's not really worth swapping in this category.
This is legitimately the hardest part in the game, by the way.
Yeah, this is pretty challenging. It's very easy to throw that grenade and hit yourself, or just miss the thing entirely. I watched the run you did yesterday in preparation for this, because I hadn't seen the new strats yet. By the way, this is a new way to run this category. In the last like 5 months, shaved 20 minutes off. I don't know if it's consistently 20 minutes, but it shaved a lot of time off thanks to a lot of work done by Fat Kid in rerouting this. So credits to you for that. I'm very excited to see this done live.
A lot of it was also Blackie's all S ranks run. I stole a boss strat or two from that, which was they had some really cool strats.
Absolutely. Credits to Blackie. He came in, he blasted out the S rank record with an insane time. And then and you came in with this any percent, and you guys worked off of each other, and you know the Kinna Ghost was there, and we came up, and it all came together and made this route. So in this game, as we said, every room is split in, or every like mission is split into rooms as well. So in mission 1, you actually can't finish this mission with an alert. So we're moving and behaving. We're taking very specific lines and shots so that when we hit enemies, they look specific ways, or we just take them out to get through these rooms the fastest line possible. This game, to a lot of people, is functionally just IL, or individual levels after one another. And you'll notice we're not skipping this cutscene. That's because I believe this is the first and probably only Metal Gear that introduced QTEs into the series. So if you can't skip a cutscene, it's because there is a QTE that needs done. Thankfully, the QTEs are always the same. They're consistent. So I believe this one is R1, mash triangle, and then R1, R1.
Yep.
Cargo, where's it headed? What is it?
And you do have to do these QTEs. Not only would you get penalized at the end of a mission for failing them, which this is any percent, or new game first ending, which means we're going to get to the first set of credits in the game on a new game file. But if you don't do the QTE, you actually keep getting infinite looped until you successfully do the QTE. So there's no way around doing them. So we just have to sit there and do them. And that's going to be relevant for a couple QTEs later as well. But that is mission 1. After every mission, I'm pretty certain every mission, you're going to unlock like 6 things. So there's a lot of menus in this game as well.
Thankfully, especially in this category, all you really need to do is like 3 menus with the staff. So this one is auto assign, and then after that you just move Miller to R&D.
Yep.
And start the tutorial by accident, mash circle.
All of these menus that we're doing here are actually very important because this game doesn't pull punches. You really need to go into the base development and the weapon development system. You must make several weapons or this run is impossible. People like to joke about things being held together by duct tape and glue. Peace Walker, I don't know, would you describe the current route as duct tape and glue still?
Pretty much. The S-Ranks route, even more so, but yeah. Once I discovered, like, the Blackie's way of doing Cocoon, I pretty much just cut all recruits in half and then hoped everything worked, and it kinda did, so I just ran with it.
Yep. So one of the big things you'll notice is we changed the what's called fatigues, or the uniform in this game. The uniform in this game does a couple things. We're also going to be, in this route, we have to recruit people. So we start with Fulton's on. I believe we have 7 right now before we upgrade. Might be 9.
I think it's 8.
We're going to use all of those in pretty much every mission that has guards we want, because we want just about everyone. There are minimum levels we have to hit for what's called GMP, which is our spending resource, and for our R&D team, and later teams called Mess Hall and Intel and stuff. You have to hit these in order to develop the things you need to realistically beat this category. That's unfortunate alert. Are you gonna wait it out or go into the next room on alert?
Oh, I don't need to wait it out. It'll run out in time.
Oh yeah, it just ends. Cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Thankfully, alerts don't really matter for 90% of this game. There's 1 or 2 where they will, but in this mission, it's fine. And like I said, we already need to Fulton everyone anyway. Now, Kid, you have very specific guys that you've chosen to Fulton for this route to work, correct?
Yep. I have like it's like every person I pick up is specific, but there is actually some randomness to it. Stats are like slightly random.
Every guard, you get something called the Analyzer, which lets you look at a guard and see their stats. Roughly how it works is every guard has 1 stat that will always be like a B rank or an A rank. At this point in the game, you'll be lucky if you see a C rank. That stat's always going to consistently be their highest stat and a C. However, where it is in that C rank can vary wildly, and the rest of their stats, the only guarantee is they're lower than that C. They can be anywhere and everywhere, and that can really hurt the probability of this run being easy.
Yeah, the biggest issue with it is based on your R&D team, you get a certain amount of ammo after beating each mission. It depends on the type of mission and how high your R&D team is. Anyway, if your, say, mess hall rank isn't high enough, people will start leaving because of low morale. And if you just get unlucky with the ranks, that can kind of just happen. And then you don't have enough ammo, but that probably won't happen.
Running out of ammo for the end game is a real, actual concern. It's super rare, but I'm pretty certain it's happened to everyone who's ran New Game at least once.
It's happened to me exactly once. It was bad. I just go Rambo mode and M60 the final boss down.
I like that. So you could see that the game, when we unlock a new main story mission, it defaults to putting us on that, which is nice because it lets us just mash in, but it's also a double-edged sword because if you forget, oh crap, I need to set Snake up differently for this mission, and you mash in, that can be very bad. There's very specific loadouts in very specific places for a lot of things here. I don't think I finished the thought about fatigues as well. They influence two things. As defense goes up, speed goes down. So naked is relatively low defense, but relatively decent speed. So that's why we swap to naked as soon as possible, so that we move faster. Also, this is box boosting. Box boosting was introduced in this game and is only in this game, to my knowledge. Basically, when you put a box on, you can use a little bit of your psych gauge, which is the smaller gauge to the right of Snake's health, to do a little and that gives you a little teeny movement speed boost, and that is the fastest form of movement in this game. However, because it's dependent on stamina, you can only do so much of it. Also, I'm going to use stamina interchangeably. Apologies.
Yeah, me too. I just call it stamina.
Because of that, you have to manage it with what he has equipped above his weapons is something called Mate. It's a tea that recovers. Wow, that Mark 22 RNG is rough there. Ammo for the Mark 22 is essentially irrelevant. However, you do have a silencer. If that silencer runs out in some of these missions, that could potentially be a problem, because just because alerts don't matter doesn't mean we want them.
Yeah, certain missions don't let you finish with an alert, so if you get one in the final map of the area, why am I shooting that guy? It's bad.
Yep, and again, Snake has relatively little defense as well, so these guards don't have a lot of damage, but that damage will add up, and dying in a mission is a full reset. So I noticed in the run I watched, you didn't pick up the twin barrel, but you're picking it up here. Is that a backup?
No, that was because I forgot to pick it up in my PB.
Oh, I see. Twin barrel's pretty important, so I was surprised you had routed it out. I was like, oh, okay, I'm interested in this route.
I only actually use it in a single mission, so it's not the biggest deal, but that one mission is, it's pretty good in that one mission.
Yeah, that one mission is probably my least favorite mission.
Yeah.
Second, it's my top 3 least favorites. I'll give you that. All right.
Oh,
so
there's one other thing I wanted to say about fatigues.
Yeah.
The ones that increase your speed the most also give you less ammo generally. So like naked and sneaking suit give you a lot less ammo than fatigues and battle dress. Battle dress makes sense later.
Yep. And we'll unlock some of the throughout this run. We'll unlock more later. So this is our second menu. When we did our first mother base visit, we set up a specific way, or those menus we did set the R&D team to use our combat team's GMP to start developing something. The weapon we developed there was the LAW, the Law. It's a rocket launcher, and it makes this fight, this is our first quote-unquote boss fight, much easier. So the way that vehicles work, and if anyone's ever heard anything about Peace Walker, you've probably heard the word vehicles in the context of Peace Walker. That is unfortunate RNG where he moved.
Yeah. If you're really lucky, you can stop him over there, and there's actually more ammo. You can pick up 3 rockets over there and kill him very fast. But I can't grab them, they're all the way over in that wall.
Yeah. So, vehicles have 3 spots you can hit. They have the fuel tanks, which do the most damage. The fuel tanks will eventually break, though. Then they have the wheels, and then they have where the fuel tanks were. Hitting where the fuel tanks were does more damage than the wheels, but is a much harder target.
Only for the tanks, actually, I'm pretty sure.
That's only for tanks. Okay, yeah. I apologize for this information.
I mean, unless I'm stupid, that's possible.
No, I honestly have not done a lot of new game running. I'm mainly a new game plus runner, and if you've seen a new game plus run, you know how that APC goes. So this QTE cutscene, we're actually going to be given a choice. Either choice succeeds. However, we want to go for the choice on the right, the what's called a kidnapper in this game, because if you go for the choice on the left, the big thing, which we'll talk about later when we get there, it will just dodge the missile, and you'll get an entire extra cutscene of that NPC here named Amanda getting mad at you and freeing herself. So we want to go for the right, take the thing out, and skip an entire cutscene.
If you ever mess up or choose wrong in a QT like that, you also lose rank, so you will miss out on an S rank, which is really unfortunate for some of the QTs, because there's like a 6-minute mission where if you miss a QT, it's like, oh well, doing that all over again.
Yeah, there's 2 really long QTEs. One of them is required to just beat the game, but the other one is not, so it's hard to practice that one.
I didn't unequip J fatigues today.
I do not believe you menued.
Okay, we're winging it. This will be interesting.
Okay. This is early enough in the game.
Doing it live.
Doing it live. You have Fultons though, right? I assume you need some of these guys.
Yeah, I should have Fultons, right? Oh god, I don't. Okay, never mind, we're not doing it live. That's what happens if you forget a menu.
Yeah. It's better to know ahead of time. I went into this wrong for quite a few missions and just redo it.
See, I did that intentionally just to show people, you know. Oh no,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have to
Plan
redo it.
strat.
Yeah.
Plan strat. Better to do it now. Actually, so this mission, this is Rescue Chico, I believe.
Yeah.
This is an example of a mission where if you even have so much as a caution, you can't actually beat this mission. I think this is the only caution restricted mission. Well, not including one of the super endgame missions. It's a copy paste of this. You can't even beat this in a caution. So it's actually really important that we have the right weapons and move the right way here. A new game, because we're actually just taking all of the guards in the room out, it's less of an issue, but getting seen wrong can make this much more challenging and annoying, because caution alert, assuming you've not seen, takes like 20 seconds to end, and then you have to sit through the whole evasion, which takes like 45 seconds to end. So yeah, we really don't want to see those. Alright, and this is the room that can't be beaten. So Chico is a NPC we have to rescue. You'll know Chico if you played Ground Zeroes, though arguably that's a different Chico. Chico can be in one of 3 spots. There's these blue doors scattered around this room. The one that we're heading to right now is the fastest Chico, though do you consider this the best Chico for your run?
Not really. I kind of like the second door because it leaves you closer to the wall, and you get to recruit an extra guy. Get the other one.
I did see your CQC strat on him in your PB. That was a really cool go around strat. So yeah, this next mission actually begins based on where you rescued Chico in. This game is really cool in that it remembers that it remembers where you got Chico from. So now we're going to the next mission starting on that door, which, especially if you're going for an S rank run, that's actually, well, it's the fastest door, not the best door, because now there's like 2 extra guards you have to deal with, or they'll just see you and alert the room.
It bases your starting position on which door you get, and this one is pure evil, because if you don't crouch like right at the start here, yeah. There you go, that's why it's pure evil. I accidentally hit X to stand up instead of roll, and the guy instantly saw me.
So it is worth mentioning, this game came out on the PSP first. We're playing the PS3 version of it, but they kept a lot of the like PSP control scheme style. So you stand up and crouch with the same button as you roll. So it's very easy to be hitting crouch and roll, or to be trying to roll and crouch, because it depends on whether you're holding the analog or not.
I mess that up sometimes, mostly because I'm playing on a DualShock 3, which I actually like, but old, so it has some like snapback issues with the analog stick, so I'll occasionally just turn around when I don't want to, which is not ideal.
Not at all. Especially not some of these missions. Like we said earlier, this route's kind of held together by glue and tape, so randomly turning around in a life or death situation would probably be very detrimental to you. So, as usual, we're just recruiting the guys we can, the ones we want, who have good stats. These guys in yellow suits, they're called POWs. POWs are guaranteed to have one really, really good stat consistently, so it's worth rescuing them when and if we need that stat, and for this category, we need that stat. I can't tell you what it is. Fat Kid, you might know, but we need that
No
stat.
idea, I just know I need them.
Just know I need them. So this is a cool strat that I believe Kinegos started adding in and came up with. You can use a box in your inventory when you're done boosting with it to place it down, and it can be used to get up to higher ledges. There's 3 to 4 different places you can do that in. It's a balance of what you want to do at that time. So yeah, we climb up on it, we get over, and that saves like 2 seconds, so we're going around. And now we have a little train yard fight against 5 guards. You have to take all 5 out, and then once the 5th one hits the ground, we're on a 20-second timer to fall in all 5 of these guards before the mission ends. And when I say 20-second timers, I mean you have 15 seconds to run into a corner punching it, because there's nothing to do here. This is the weirdest, just why 15?
Yeah, I don't know. Originally, when I played this game, I thought it was like based on the final person dying or being Fultoned, but I guess it isn't. Very weird.
So now we're coming up to everyone's favorite Peace Walker meme. We have to do a small menu before that. Our big defense armor needs to put something new. I don't remember if we developed it or if we just get it for free. We are now able to call ammo replacements in. So we're gonna do I believe mother base menu, which I'll let you explain. Get this thing that calls ammo in on our inventory, and then go in for everyone's favorite meme boss. But would you like to explain this?
Yeah, so I assign R&D to be at the top, get Chico and a guy with any mess hall, and then just take all of them and put them in R&D. I'm actually kind of worried about that mess hall guy. His rank kind of sucked. I might just check these.
I'll let you know that you have more food percent than you did in your PB, if that matters.
That's probably good to know. Thank you.
Yep.
I also developed the C4 and M60 there after that. If you don't develop the C4, you can't beat the next mission, so...
Yep. And the M60, if you don't develop that, you cry. A lot.
Yeah. Sucks a little bit, but... That's actually random if I manage to get the M60 or not. It's like a 90% chance of working, but...
yeah, don't forget the resupply
Almost
market.
did.
I talked about it so you remember, and then you were like, let's go in. Yeah, it's really important to remember these menus here. This goes for anyone running the game. Like, it's surprisingly easy to just want to mash into a mission.
Yeah. Classic is me forgetting to develop C4 at all, so after I do this mission, I just, end the run. Because I can't do the next one.
Yeah.
Hopefully if I time that right, the rocket goes over my head. I did not.
Ooh, unfortunate. But this is tank. When I say tank,
wow, what a
in your
hero.
head, when you hear tank, you should hear motorcycle, because this is not a tank. This thing will literally turn on a dime. This is the easiest tank in the game, and as you can see, it is already halfway across the map. It's done most of our damage. We have rations on. Thankfully, Peace Walker is really generous in that if you have a ration on, it will automatically be used. You don't have to manually use it. But when an enemy and these guards that are constantly shooting at you just keep it up, you can burn through rations a lot quicker than you think.
That guy threw a grenade.
He did. So the resupply marker
That guy threw a grenade.
This is Peace Walker. The resupply marker we placed at the very beginning, when we called it in, the way resupply markers work is they give you ammo or based on a priority system. That priority system is based on what you need most. So in that kid's case, because he fired a rocket first, it prioritized rocket. Now that doesn't mean he's guaranteed rocket. He has to have some in his base. He has to have it developed. And even then, Mother Base could go, here's that C4 you ordered.
Yeah, that's actually why I only called one supply drop, because I got 2 rocket drops, and with my R&D currently, that should be all I have. They wouldn't drop anymore.
Yep, and that every time you beat a mission, your RNT is going to develop more ammo. But that's the real fear of calling too much ammo, because ammo doesn't get sent back to Mother Base unless you pick it up, and in the heat of the moment, that's not your priority. So if you call too much and you lose it, then it's not realistic to run out. But it is possible, and that's what we don't want.
This is why I should look at my notes. I never look at my notes.
So that, thankfully, this mission does prevent you from going in without C4. But, yeah, without C4, this mission is physically impossible.
Also, I'm doing a dumb thing that I shouldn't be doing in a marathon, but hopefully I won't die.
It's in the village where they were holding
It's
Chico.
fine.
Oh, I didn't mention, the reason I always roll into, like, stand up and roll into like different areas is you actually move slower into a different area while crouching or while using the box.
Yep, there are a few exceptions to that, but it does save, considering how many load zones you go into over the full course of this run, it's worth taking the time to put the box off, stand up, and then roll. And remember, all of that, taking the box off is an like an R2 press, or L2 press. It's been a while, I don't remember the exact buttons, but standing up and rolling is pushing the X and then pushing the X again. That is really hard to do.
So thankfully the game lets you hold X to stand up while moving, so you can at least do that, but it's still a little...
Yeah, when you're in those heat of the moments, though, it's entirely possible we'll see something. Also, if you hold X too long, you'll just lay prone, and that's annoying. So that's a cool little C4 strat. The C4 has one.
Here. Ow.
Ow. Ooh, and shotguns too. But
yeah,
we made it.
The shotguns, like, that always happens. I just live with 1 HP and barely get in there.
So the C4 has one explosive hitbox. The wall has another. The C4 explosion just has to overlap the wall's hit detection. And as long as the C4 hits the wall will explode on its own. If you're just tucked in that corner, that's actually outside of the wall's explosive. So that's just a cool little, I can hide there and be fine. That strat won't work in S rank, but in any percent, we don't care about killing guards, so we just, bam, done. Alright, mountain base.
I actually forgot the strat for this level. There's like one room where you take a weird line. I think I kind of remember it, but I don't remember it.
I do know that in the next room, you went around the truck to the left side. And then you, I believe, held one guy up, and I don't know if you CQC'd or just shot the other guy. Maybe you held them both up, but you went to the left side of the truck, and you took both guys out there. And in the final room, you just threw a smoke on the guy at the right.
Yeah,
I like that smoke strat.
I'm gonna be doing something slightly different in the final room because there's a really funny radio that I want to spam in everyone's ears.
Also, that room entrance right there, that's one of the few examples of a walkway that is actually faster if you enter it in the box. It's slightly faster to go in, but it's only slightly faster. It just lets you enter the next room already box boosting.
Yes, I never thought about that. That's a good point.
Yep, that one, and Chico, and the head to the... I'm gonna say head to the head cloud. And head through the cloud forest all have cliffs where it's faster to do that. Alright, so you have a radio call. Did you set your codec to the right button?
About to right now.
Alright, cool.
Can you make it there by 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 can you make it
Unfortunately, can't set the radio at the start because you don't actually start the game with a radio.
Oh, this route also does give you that POW, so that's a nice safety.
Oh, I didn't even manage to make T. Oh well. Usually you would go up the ladder as people shoot you in the face a million times, but that one's nicer.
Yep. So we're actually gonna do something really important here. Yo, do you know which truck is Sunlight as well? By the way, you can hit that if you want. In honor
It's the
of
one
MGS4.
to the. It's the one to the left of the right one. I was planning on getting it anyway. Don't you worry.
Nice. But first, Mr. Kojima. We have to rescue our good friend. He's very.
Oh, I got
important.
the right one. No.
No.
The exhaust still warm.
I hit X too early.
The
Habits.
car's already been off.
That's the hardest menu.
There is a reference to Boktai. If you go one more truck over, it's full of a bunch of like little
little tankers, and they go sunlight.
Yeah, Snake goes sunlight. It's cool, but it's all right to habitually hit the right truck.
Yeah, I used to always go for that, except I kept missing it by accident and getting the correct one anyway. So I was like, oh, god damn it.
Old habits die hard, huh?
It's surprisingly hard to menu too, because the trucks are like at a weird angle. They're not all in a straight line because of the perspective.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay, did
So-
I get the M60?
Let's find out. So this is our
You did it.
third. Yo, nice. That makes this fight way easier.
Yeah, there's like a 95% chance to get the M60, but I've missed it twice.
This is boss number 3. So this game introduces this game is very supernatural based, but it introduces something called AI weapons. The casual way to explain this is this fight is really complicated. The speed strat way to explain this is you see that big glowy thing? We're gonna hit that, and we're gonna hit that a lot. That's the main damage source of it. We can hit the thing. This is Pupa. We can hit it anywhere for damage. But the primary damage source is that big glowing pod, and that's what we're gonna aim for this entire time.
But this is Tony Hawk.
Oh, okay. You're absolutely right.
If you get unlucky, they just turn into Tony Hawk, and it's the worst thing ever.
I love that. That's a great description. Now, Tony Hawk is relatively consistent in that they'll do roughly the same things all the time. Where you stand can manipulate
They turn into Tony Hawk.
no into doing specific things, but the AI really does have a mind of its own. And more likely than not, Tony Hawk is gonna try to do a sick kickflip on us by zooming out of the arena. Wow, it really is up there.
Please.
Wow. Okay, alright. That one was just an up. That's good.
As long as they don't like run away where you can't hit them, I'm okay with it.
And thankfully, that can kind of be manipulated by not standing in front of the big doors, but that doesn't guarantee anything. Like, the run I watched of Fat Kids before today,
Ow.
Pupa behaved, so Tony Hawk behaved completely differently than this. So when I said it's consistent, I meant only small parts of it are consistent. The rest, you just hope. So it's actually not consistent at all. I shouldn't have said anything. Oh, I thought you were actually safe there. From
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to be, but I might as well like try to.
Yep. Nice little dodge. Tony. Ooh!
They got me. I thought they were gonna do the slide along the wall thing.
So, this fight keeps going until the HP hits 0, and then we have to run up to this pod and shoot it. Also, it's not a real run unless you shoot Huey there.
Usually
that's
get
just-
it without wasting any time, but I got a bit lost.
Yeah, I mean, it was the audio. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
But now that we've lowered the pod, we have 1 minute to sit here and do nothing.
Yeah, anyone want to talk about something?
Yeah. Personally, what I like to do, and you don't have to do this, I just like to say, hey chat, if you see a number and you want me to pull it, let me know. I have a minute. But that's just something to do. We can literally talk about whatever. So if you have, there's gonna be multiple of these in the run. So if you guys have questions that you'd like asked or answered about Peace Walker, these are great times to ask them.
I see a 7.
7.
So funny thing about this is I used to mess around in the menus, like going like this. But it turns out doing this animation actually slows it down at the end, because it has to finish this entire animation to transition. So you end up just wasting time by messing around.
Yeah, if you hit one of these, if you tell Snake to pull one of these AI boards, when there's like 5 seconds left, he'll go around, he'll pull it, the time will hit 0, he'll put it in his pocket, and then the timer ends.
Can't skip any of these like explosions either for some reason. Like one of the few cutscenes you can't skip that aren't PvE based.
Yep. And fun fact, this is the shortest of the explosions.
Oh yeah, I hate all of them still though.
We all hate all of them. Even in New Game Plus, you have to sit there and watch it. Right, and then this is the only one that ends in cutscenes, though, I believe. So you have to remember those are coming.
Yeah, they're like non-QTE ones. And boss fight-wise, yeah, you're right. What about that?
Also, you're always going to get this emblem here. So this game has a lot of rewards and complicated systems. All you need to know about that is that's an extra menu, but you're guaranteed to get it. It's because you've been using the Mark 22. Is that what it's called in this game? I think it is. The Mark 22 a lot. But once you have it, you have it.
So I actually don't switch to fast armor here because a real point. Box
no.
I have died here before,
Oh,
but hopefully it won't.
I saw your law strat for the one annoying enemy here.
That guy killed me once, so for the rest of time he's getting law.
It's great because you're like, I'm gonna box boost into. No, you're not. Oh no. This is unironically the second hardest mission in the game, right?
I guess.
Careful. If there's enemy scouts around
You
here.
weren't ready for that one.
No, I was not. Also, this guy's great.
Yep. What was that? Oh, he actually saw you.
Yeah, he always sees you eventually, but it takes him like 5 minutes.
Yeah, guard AI is really weird in this game. Like, there is ways to sneak in front of guards in a box, and they just go, huh? And they don't see you, but it's only very specific guards. So that right there, that cliff you ran up, that's the second, that's another cliff that's actually faster to go up in a box.
Uh-oh.
So we're just gonna recover our stamina there while getting shot at. Make sure we have our rations on because those guys will damage us. And move on into the next load zone here for the cutscene. And yeah, as I said, second hardest mission now completed. Congrats. Big challenge there.
I mean, hey, I did almost die.
So, this is the biggest change of the entire route.
Yeah.
Are you capable of explaining the change here?
So, originally, I was like, I watched this run, and when I was learning it, I knew that they did this the non-lethal way, because you can do all the vehicle missions non-lethally to get the recruits. But I was like, well, casually I know you can just shoot a sniper rifle a bunch, and I guess getting 4 recruits is enough. So I did that, and it just kind of worked out. And then Blackie just did it with an M60, and I was like, you can do that? So then I started using an M60 instead, so now you just shoot the pilot a bunch. Usually you'd wait and, like, take forever to slowly recruit all these people as you, like, CQC them and recruit them. It took a while.
In the original run, before the reroute from this new helicopter strat, this was a relatively... Oh god, one of them...
Hey, buddy.
This was a relatively scary section because you had to recruit every one of these while the helicopter just did whatever he wanted. There was large segments of waiting, of hoping you found him, but now we don't care. We just let him see us because we get the guards we need elsewhere.
Best part is you get an S rank for this too. It's great.
You do, as long as you don't kill him, you get the S rank. Yep.
Which I will be doing, but Just because
So,
it's
helicopter. That's actually, if you do any of the helicopter ILs in this game, the speed strat for almost all of them is just shoot the cockpit, this glass part he's aiming at, until it breaks open and the pilot just comes out and shows us his head. I don't know why it's a thing on helicopters, but it's awesome that it is, because
Yeah, it's a lifesaver.
otherwise this guy drops 20 troops and he can drop them in bad spots on the other side of the arena. So now that it's just sit here until the captain comes out and take him out.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
This mission, how it works right now, that's the power of spy. I hated this mission so much, I just had to find a way to recruit enough people otherwise.
Agree. I am actually very interested to learn this new route, come back and improve my current time from like 2 hours and 6 minutes to hopefully sub 2, just because of this helicopter. It's like a 25-minute fight, really deep, or not really deep, but pretty deep into the run. It's frustrating to lose.
Yeah.
So it's nice that it's not there anymore.
It's so easy for the pilot just randomly see you take certain routes as well. Sometimes he doesn't drop the people off very fast. It's annoying.
So, as a reward for that, we got the sneaking outfit. Sneaking is going to be our main uniform for the rest of this run. It has decent defense, decent speed, allows you to carry enough equipment that you're relatively happy. And the best part about sneaking is that you don't produce any footstep noise while using it.
It's so good.
And that no footstep noise is really the key. Also, this mission introduces snipers. I don't believe if we got introduced to the recon unit before this mission or after it.
There is a sniper, but they're not in the ghillie suit in Spy.
So, this sniper will basically never see you, but we do want to recruit him because any sniper has, I think, minimum A rank in Intel, and we have a minimum Intel rank to get in order to beat the game, I believe.
No, don't think so. I do this on 0 Intel.
Okay.
I just
All
pick
right.
him up for the R&D. In S ranks, I do
it's
pick
for
them
the
up.
R&D?
Yeah,
Alright,
in the S ranks run, I picked them up for the intel to get level 8 intel, so you can develop the drone supply market.
See, we're all learning here. Even me. 5 months of rerouting and improving this game can really change just everything here. So
I know it seems like I know a lot, but a lot of it was just asking like Kinigo's questions and stuff. I didn't know like how ammo was developed, for example. If it wasn't for them, I probably would have never found out.
Yep. That's how speedrunning works, is one person asks a question, one person answers. One person asks a question, someone goes, I don't know, let's go play the game and find out. This is another room that can't be beaten during an alert. So it's actually really, really important that we throw these smokes correctly. There are, you can do the Mark 22 as well if you want. But
Can't see ya. Alright,
the important thing is that we don't get seen because a wall goes up that physically just says you can't finish this mission.
You can do that with one smoke grenade, but I'm bad at lining it up, so...
I didn't know you, like, one smoke, all 3 guys?
Yeah, one smoke gets all 3 if you hit it just right.
Wow, that's crazy. Smokes in this game are also really good. It seems like from MGS4 onward, they just went, smokes are good. Because you're gonna see smokes later in MGS5 as well. They're just absolutely broken. They completely trivialize so many things in these games.
I find throwing them in this game a lot easier than 4 as well. I assume that's just because, like, guards are a lot closer together, generally.
Yeah, and it's probably the pressure sensitivity from 4 influences that. Because this being PSP, you had one button, you just did it.
Yep.
Why is Snake constantly grunting? It's called box boosting as the fastest form of movement.
Yeah, he hasn't learned to run yet. Wait till MGS5 and then he learns how to run. His legs don't work.
Just like the last mission, we're in the same map, and that means that we really do not want an alert at any point during this mission, but especially on the return trip. And you might be asking, why are we going backwards? We can't get into the room. Huey, when we got him, he gave us an ID card. Turns out his ID card's been disabled because the person in that lab doesn't like Huey very much. So we have to go get a ID card that does have access to it. And this jungle's pretty mean. There's a lot of guards hidden all over the place. It's very easy to just accidentally walk into one if you don't know where they are. So what we're going to do is hold up and knock out all the guards, because when we re-enter these rooms, they're going to reposition. But if they're already unconscious, then we don't have to worry about them. I also really like the strat I saw you do in this room, where you do like a warning shot at the wall to make the guy stand up and go, huh? And then it's just a free takedown. That's a really...
I actually stole this one from Spotty. This is a cool strat. Okay.
Alright, so there's 3 rooms where our target can be in. This is the first one. This is where we hope
remember the part where I said I don't have audio? This is a room where it kind of helps. Simply have the radio though. Yeah, it's not this room. Sorry, you can continue.
No, that's fine. So there's 2 good rooms and 1 bad room. That room is, I don't know if you'd argue it's the best. If you get this room, you get an extra guy, I imagine. But it's a little slower, but you can get back easy. So let's hope he's in this room. Is he behind that tree?
Yeah, he's here.
Okay. So there's 1 more room he could be in. That... Ooh, God, that shot scared me.
I got him. Let me just reload. There we go.
Let me just reload. So...
Oh, God, that guy, that's not healthy. Alright.
You almost faulted him first. I was so scared.
I was more concerned about his posture, okay? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was not a healthy position. If you accidentally touch that guy with Fulton's equipped, he will go up, and Miller will yell at you and say, Snake, you just sent the ID card back to base. We can't help you now. And you have to not redo... you might have to redo it, but... Yeah, he might respawn. I don't even know. Basically, if you Fulton him...
he spawns in a different area, but I don't want to find out.
Yeah. So the worst spot he can get is like a 2-minute time loss, because it takes a minute to get him and then a minute to come back. But thankfully we didn't see that, so we don't have to worry about that. There's 1 more guy in this room, which I believe you're just gonna hold up and grab. Or did you?
I think everyone's down.
Oh, okay, nice.
Hopefully I don't keep getting caught on things. The big reason getting the last area is so bad is because you run out of box boosts, so you just don't have enough stamina. And the last area is so large.
Yes, it really is. Like, you're forced to use mates, and even then, like, you're just constantly using them and hoping.
Yeah, I've run out and I got pretty good luck, so...
Dang. Yeah, you actually only have rank 1 mates too, so you don't even recover that much. Anyway, no alert. We're out of that room, and now, do you need to concentrate for this? Because I will shut up if you do. No? Alright.
I'm gonna miss it anyway, so...
I love the confidence. So this is the mandatory, longer than necessary, and totally 1-to-1 accurate to MGS3 QTE. Everyone's favorite is going to be coming up, but first we have 1 minute of doing nothing.
Best part of the run.
Always. Now these boards actually provide no benefit. There's no reason to pull them. There's no reason to collect or to even entertain the idea of pulling them. You can if you want, but it doesn't speed it up. It doesn't slow it down. This is meant to be a pretty big story beat. So, I mean, I would recommend the story in this game. It's pretty interesting, especially if you're into like psychological thrillers. This game gets real supernatural about things, but otherwise it's just like 50 seconds for a handbrake.
And yeah, I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. No.
What is this? This response? Oh God!
This QTE, like everything's fine, but the last one makes you do left and then R1 in a very specific timing, and it's pure evil.
Yep.
They specifically did it to make you redo it. It's
They
so
really
evil.
did, yeah. And you don't have long to hit it.
I taught you all I could.
Thankfully, it is fixed QTE.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about QTEs in this game is as long as you know what button is coming up, you can preemptively mash. Just don't
Other than the
preemptively
R1.
mash the last one.
Yeah, it's like the only one you can't is that one.
I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inputs. Broken into 3 sections, something like that. There are checkpoints, but if you wanted to S rank this mission, you can't make a single mistake on this cutscene. Not a one.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
That's pretty frustrating. So this should be. Oh, I don't even remember the inputs. What am I talking about? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
There's no point in
7. Okay, now's the triangle.
even in those we love.
There we go.
And-
Now
and
it's
it-
the evil part.
Now it's the evil one. So watch how fast he has to
The
do
only
these.
thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission.
If you don't do
So-
R1 immediately, it's over.
Yep. You have to rewind back to before the triangle press, and redo it all again. And if you hit them in the wrong order, you have to redo it again.
Yeah.
So that's a very mean set of two
The
inputs,
thing that
really.
sometimes gets me is I hit L1 too early. Not L1, sorry, I hit left on the D-pad too early. If you hit it right as the thing appears, it's too early, you need to wait a second. And then I hit R1 and it's like, nope. And I feel
Nope.
sad.
Oh.
Speaking of feeling sad, this boss fight.
Yeah. So we're coming up on our second AI weapon. Do you have a cool name for this one?
No, actually. Just
No.
the hate it
Cool.
fight.
What about Red Baron? Can we call
Red
him
Baron? We can call it Red Baron.
All right. So this is Red Baron. Red Baron does a lot of flybys.
Actually gonna equip this before I forget.
Going in. Okay, I was like, are you going in on sneaking? That's
No,
impressive.
I just usually equip M16 earlier and I forgot.
So, this fight has 2 modes. It has a aiming mode and a flyby mode. The fight is always going to start in aiming mode. So, I believe you have a particular setup to starting this. You can set it up so that she'll go back. Then you'll fire a rocket once the railgun starts because she won't dodge. And then while she's being staggered from the rocket hit, you could place your first supply marker. That's how you want the opening to work. And now the goal is... Oh, that was just rude. She didn't even stop. The goal is she's going to fly by a lot. You need to make your law ammo count and try to hit her as she's flying by. Because when you hit Chrysalis, you actually stall her in the air, which gives you enough time to get a second shot. Now, we want the pod, but as you can see, Chrysalis does not want to let us hit that pod. She's a very mean boss. Plus, she's somehow magically controlled the weather and filled the area with fog, which makes it hard to see her, know where she's coming from outside of the light. And
That's going real bad.
yeah, that is just unfortunate. You did get a nice pod hit there, though. But if the fight goes on long enough, she'll stop trying to do flybys, and she will go back into a mode where she tries to hit us with missiles. Is that gonna happen, or?
Yeah, when they're at like 2 bars, it should happen.
Okay. So right now we're really just sitting here hoping our shots connect because, like I said, ammo management at this point is still a little important. We don't want to call too much in because we need the law ammo. It has been stacking up, but that does not give us the leeway to just call them in willy-nilly. We need to make use of the ammo we have. So yeah, this is just
okay.
the stand there phase. Now, Chrysalis has 2 RNGs. Once we've beaten her, she'll either do a nice, quick fly around, which will come in. Looks like exactly like she's. Oh, is she being a jerk? What? You just destroyed her in a weird spot, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's doing. She has a quick one where she flies to a spot and lands, or she has a slow one where she'll fly all the way around and do this really slow landing animation. It looks like, yeah, this is the slow spot, unfortunately. But nothing you can do about it. That's just pure RNG. So we break the pod and head on in, and now Q&A.
Yep. Any questions? If anyone's wondering, I just shoot that on the way down to level up the M60. Weapons in this game actually have experience. Level them up 3 times, based on rank. So I just do that because there's no reason not to. Mini Omega King actually told me about that, which was me.
Leveling it up is actually really important because if it does level up, you do more damage, which means faster boss fights.
Boards have different functions according to the icons displayed over them. Go ahead and take whichever ones you want. If you attack
This is also
exterior of the machine,
probably... Is this longer or shorter than Cocoon, this one? I don't know. It's pretty long.
Oh, the cutscene? I think it's the
Oh, yeah.
longest.
This one's longer than Cocoon?
Feels like it.
This is also considered the halfway point in the run, pretty much. Does it feel like halfway to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
About
Yeah.
halfway.
Most people would consider this about halfway through the run. Once
I'd
this
say
mission's
Cocoon.
over.
Cocoon's like a little over halfway, so this is about, right?
Yeah, but Cocoon's also a good spot to know, like, alright, now I'm in the meat of the run.
Yeah.
Which version is this better to run? The Xbox is the best version to run, but most people have it on PS3, so PS3 is the most
Specifically on like Series S or X. It's better.
Yep.
On 360, it's like the same, I think.
Xbox is no lag. Xbox is fat. I don't think it's. I don't know if it's faster loads, but it's slightly different loads. And if you don't create a profile on Xbox, then you can actually save like 5 minutes because the game never saves. Maybe not 5, but Xbox is just all around better because it just never saves.
Hey, I was supposed to go back to Mother Base, wasn't I? Yep.
I don't know your notes. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I do that all the time.
Yeah, so the way that menu works is it will actually, if you get certain prompts, will default to go to Mother Base. So, you habitually want to not go to Mother Base, except first ending, you need to remember, or new game, you need to remember, no, I actually do need to go to Mother Base, because this is the point where you can see his foods drop down to 61%. If he enters that next mission, not only will he be, underdeveloped on stuff he needs to make, people might start leaving. So you have specific menus for this one as well.
Yeah. So Cecile...
what's your goal here?
Oh, actually, I guess it should be fine. Cecile and 2 people go into Nestle, and then everyone else in R&D, and then I take the bottom 10 or so in R&D, put them in combat unit, twin barrel.
And this is where that RNG can really start to kick in, because you can see he doesn't have enough GMP to develop the rations. I don't know if you wanted to develop those or not, if you just accidentally clicked them, but the fact he doesn't have enough GMP means that somehow the RNG and the guys he collected just means, nope, not this run. You don't get that.
Yeah, that's pretty normal on my route now that I just can't afford the rations. I'm going to be going back and developing them in a bit later, just because marathon run.
Yeah, you definitely want those for what's coming up.
Mission 24 is me.
This is actually the hardest mission. You should have seen that one coming. True. This mission's really fun. So the strats are really complicated. What you do is you box boost through the one room in the mission, and then you walk to the exit, because why is this a mission in the game? That was it. Congrats, you beat the hardest mission in the game, man.
Thanks,
I don't know
I'm
how you
worried.
did that. Ironically, that's actually one of the best ILs in the game. It's really fun to go for that. If you guys, this is a very IL friendly game, so if you ever want to just play Peace Walker, we have ILs for every single level. Well, not every, but just about every level. Just boot the game up, do an IL, do that one. If you see an IL that has like 16 people tied on it, go do it.
And there's like 250 plus missions or something in this game, so you have a lot of choice.
There is 163, but
Okay,
you can also
very
do them all
different number.
co-op. You can do them all co-op, and you can S-rank them all. So if you multiply that by 3, there is over 300 different ways to play just about every mission. So this is the one that we made the shotgun for. Shotguns are fun, because when you hear the word shotgun, just like when you hear tank, you should think motorcycle. When you hear the word shotgun, you should think sniper rifle. Shotguns don't have bullet drop, and they don't have range limits. They have RNG spread, kinda, but if Fat Kid chooses to show it off, you're going to see him literally sniping things with a shotgun. Like that right there, that was 2 direct hits with a shotgun. There are strats to this. Do you have a particular strat preference to how you do this? I notice you go in the middle immediately.
Yeah, I go into the middle, and I think you can bait out people based on your position.
Yes.
Oh my god, that missed.
There are, rockets, they do have bullet drop. Shotguns, no.
No.
That's his suggestion. Wow, he's being mean.
Alright, I'll run up to him and shoot him in the face.
Oh,
come back. Alright, we got it.
So, where you are standing does actually influence. There are 3 spawns here. The enemies will always alternate. If you're stationary, it's fixed how they'll spawn. They do like 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, or something like that. There's a total of 24 enemies that come out in anywhere from waves of 3 to 6 at a time.
And they randomly get stuck on the door whenever they want to make grouping them up harder.
These guys are orange, or they're relatively consistent, but at the minute level, like that guy all the way in the back there, yeah, that's cool. There's nothing you can do if the guards just choose to behave however they want. And also, depending on how you manage this mission, on new game especially, you take a shocking amount of damage in this mission. So if you like forget you don't have your rations on, they will kill you. No joke, and you have to redo all of this. But for now, it's just manipulating them to come out, which essentially in new game, is going to translate to where am I not standing? Because they're going to come out on the other side of the room.
I used to have a setup to like make them spawn and climb the ladder, but I kind of forgot what it was. So, because if they climb the ladder, you can just kill them with the one lore shot, pretty much.
Yep. Like this door back there, depending on your strat, can arguably be the worst spawn, or it might be the best because you can get them to line up like this. The spawn in the middle is potentially the worst as well. The ladder in the back you like, but again, it really depends on personal preference and setup. How quick you are at taking these guys out, and like knowing what you're doing and stuff. Rockets are deceptively unlikely to hit in this mission. Like right there, that guy in the front, you thought you were gonna hit him. Nope. No,
wow,
you
that
didn't.
guy's a hero. That guy needs a raise. I salute you, sir.
That was impressive. And with all 24 done, that is that. Thankfully, I don't think we got any red skulls, so I don't have to explain that mechanic.
Well, I got one right at the start, but...
Right at the start, alright.
Yeah.
But he died.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and now we're moving into this strat. Now, this blew my mind watching you do this. So if you're comfortable explaining it, I'd love to hear the explanation from
Okay,
you.
so this is another one I stole from Blackie's S-Ranks run. This changed the entire route, because I was equally mind-blown. Great. So, if you move in a very specific way at the start, it baits out an attack where it does a chainsaw, and then you climb the ladder, hug the wall, and then shoot it in a specific spot, and then it will charge at you, and you jump on the. I need to shoot an M60 shot right at the start here, just to make sure I get ammo for this. Because if you run out of ammo, you have to get off it, so you can't put the supply marker down. So if I move in this line, you'll hear like commencing attack.
I'm just fascinated. I
Yeah,
just want to
sweep
see what
attack.
happens.
Then if you stand here and drop this, the ammo should land in the right spot. Pull it down, crouch, aim at this.
And your goal is to break this?
No, it's just to make it charge.
No?
You have to stay away, otherwise it bumps you and you can't.
Yeah, otherwise you get staggered back. And then you just get on your cocoon, just like that. Wow. So, you're not supposed to be on cocoon this early,
No.
for anyone wondering. This, it is 100% not dev intended to be here early. You can see Snake doing some really weird animations, and you are even less intended.
You're gonna want to take out the weapon before jumping on. You got it, buddy.
Even less intended to get up here. Now, I also saw you have this cool spot you sit where the turrets are just a suggestion, like
Yeah.
25% of their fire. And you said Blackie is the one you got this strat from?
Yeah, they did an all S ranks run. I've also done a run of that, but I got all of my strats from Blackie pretty much. They had a
So-
very good round.
Absolute giant kudos to Blackie for that. Do you know how much time save you had the first time you did this strat over the old one?
So because it saved like it cut recruits in half, and this fight itself saved like a minute and a half. So I want to say it saved at least 3 minutes and a half, which is pretty big, and it also made things less luck reliant because you don't need as many recruits to get the good stats a lot of the time. So
Yep. So between this and the Hind, those are the. Would you say those are the two biggest time saves? This and the
yeah,
Hind.
easily.
And between those and just good RNG, the record has come down from, I believe Sparty had a 155-ish to, you know what it is now? I know your
146,
PB
144, I think.
144. If your PB is world record, then yeah, it's 144. So that's 10,
Also,
almost 15
You see me
minutes of
standing
time.
way back here. If you see that little, if you see that little hole there, when it's doing the weird animation, it actually like ate Snake. I fell through it.
distinctly remember when you posted that video and you were like, so this happened, and you just went whoop, down.
I was like, so, I don't know if this is known, but I guess be careful where you stand on Cocoon. That was so weird.
Well, congrats on a solid Cocoon setup. That's really impressive. How difficult would you say that strat is?
It's pretty easy, but I messed it up a bunch like 5 times or so while learning this part at the start, because you need to take the line without box boosting, and then you need to, the hardest part is putting the supply crate in the right spot, because you need to put it right against the wall for the ammo to land in the right spot.
So it's once you know it, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
It's learning it is tedious.
Yeah, it's not too bad to learn, but that supply drop is so weird. Because you put it like inside the wall and you think, well, it's gonna land up top, but it doesn't. That's what you need.
What a crazy fight. And now this is the second longest one, I think.
So. Feels that way to me anyway.
Yeah, it's crazy that every time you play this game, the debris lands coincidentally in exactly the same spot, ain't it?
Yeah, I'm really worried at one time I'm gonna get bad RNG and the game's just gonna end here.
You got started, debris gonna fly off in some weird cutscene glitch, and it's like, did my run just die?
I wouldn't put it past this game. I wouldn't put it past.
That would be the unfortunate find of Peace Walker's history right there. Just this one day this happened.
Yes. Right around the time I saw Cocoon just devour Snake, I was like, okay, anything's possible in this game.
So now this is where you said you feel like now the run is halfway. Now the run is started. And
So-
I could agree with that because these next missions are just hard. They don't pull punches.
Yeah, you get to this mission around, like, I think my PB gets this, like, 59 minutes, and then you have another 40 minutes. So even though it's not quite the halfway, I pretty much consider this, like, the go mode.
Yep. Now the main villain shows up.
You can develop a film launcher to make the boss fights a lot faster, but I couldn't really get the recruits to work out for this in this category, but I do it in less ranks one. So you'll just be seeing, that's not the right one. You'll just be seeing the normal weapon the rest of the run, the Law, the Goose Stab, and the M60.
And when do you plan on going back to develop the ration?
Just after this mission.
Okay.
Thanks for reminding me, though.
Yeah, no worries. I'll try my best to remind you again since marathon safety.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten that one yet, but it's bound to happen.
So right at the start, there's just like 8 guys here. One smoke grenade, that really demonstrates the power.
Yeah.
There's a trophy in this game or an achievement for getting, I think, a chain of 6 DQC. There's 2 places to realistically get that. Here and in recruits. So just come to this mission, throw a smoke, and CQC them all. CQC in this game is cool. It's a shame we don't use it more, just because CQC is relatively slow to use. But whenever you chain CQC someone, you're guaranteed to fully stun anybody. They are out. Normally, Snake will take 2 CQCs to stun a high-end
I love that
guard.
strat too, by the way.
Yeah, that was nice. I liked what you were doing in this mission too, getting through the whole thing and then right at the end triggering the alert.
Yeah, both missions here, like, that take place in this area are probably my favorites, just because of, like, the funny AI just not caring about what you do most of the time. You can get an alert here and then just open this door, but you can get shot while opening it, which I don't want to happen.
Speaking of this door, I've never seen it happen in this story instance, but there are a couple missions where you do have to open that door. Has it ever happened to you, kid, where you're trying to open that door and you're hitting triangle, and the door just goes, nope?
Yeah, I figured out. I think I figured out why it happens anyway. If you hold any direction, or if the game thinks that any direction's being held, it doesn't count. You have to only hit triangle. Directions seem to just override the mashing. Very weird.
That is weird. Also, that was a QTE. It's not a hard QTE,
It's the
but it's a
longest,
long one.
yeah.
And we purposely fail it in this run, but in S ranks, you have to do that QTE.
Which I actually like, because I don't like this mission.
Yeah, it makes this mission much better, this upcoming one that we're doing, but that QTE, it's still like, oh no, I messed it up, you have to redo the whole thing.
Doing this mission with the jigsaw is, like, my least favorite thing ever.
Yeah,
I mess up the timing quite a bit.
The lineup, like, you need guards to be in very specific positions for the jigsaw strats to work. There's a really tight way to do it. I saw you do something in your personal run that I really liked you did, so I'm hoping you do that again. But yeah, it matters. Also, this is the torture sequence.
Yeah, it's the mouthwash scene.
A lot of people consider this to be the hardest, or not the hardest, but one of the harder tortures in the series, probably because on OG PSP, imagine doing this button press on an OG PSP repeatedly. Plus,
it was 20. It was like 20 FPS on the OG PSP.
Yeah,
as well.
and it was a little harder there. I do recommend you guys watch a Japanese playthrough just for this scene.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but trust me, it is worth.
There's some
looking
surprises.
at that scene in Japan. So, prison is pretty tight. Right at the door, your movement is really important. We want to go and get the jigsaw as soon as possible so that we can get in position and line up. Now, I don't know what your personal cue is for this, but the default camera is going to show 2 guards. What I like to do is in the back is a guard. When he does his 180, that's when you can start using the jigsaw, because it means the front guard is far enough away. If you get seen or heard trying to escape from the cell, it is a death. It's just death.
So there's like a little line on the floor. I mean, I wish I could point to it, but yeah, there's a tiny line on the floor, and once their left foot hits that, I just start mashing L1 and R1. And
I see the white line there. That's just a little faster than my setup. I like that. That's cool. And then coming up, as soon as we get out, there is a guard who is
this guy randomly turns into Batman. I don't understand. Sometimes he just randomly sees you.
So I do know it depends. There's like a line on the floor that you just crossed. How you cross this line can influence this guy. Ooh, you didn't get him in the wall, but that still worked. And now this strat you do right here, where you move behind that wall and somehow bait that guy to go behind the pillar. I don't know how you did that. Did you steal that from Blackie as well?
No.
Because that strat
That I just came up with randomly.
that saves like 10-15 seconds.
Yeah,
I
for some
love
reason,
that
if you just
freaking
like
strat.
run up, punch the guy, and then throw him down, the other guy looks and he just gets bored and walks away. I was like, alright, I'll take that.
That was such I'm so happy you
Oh,
came
whoops.
up with that, because that makes prison great. Remember to go to Mother
Yeah,
Base.
I accidentally hit mission selector. Bad habits.
So
the
that
good
was-
thing about going back to Mother Base here is you can check your waiting room again, because randomly people get shoved into the brig and you can get some really annoying situations because of that.
Yeah, if you're like really
Yeah, see, look at
cutting
all these
troops-
people.
If you're really cutting troops tight, then watching these guys come out of the brig is very, very important, because it's more recruits for you. So this menu is more or less just who did I get and what can I do with these guys, right? This
Yeah,
is just
that's
kinda
actually completely optional pretty much, but I just do it to be safe. Because you shouldn't ever have to do that, but since they're there, I'm like, okay, I don't want anyone to leave prison morale, so that's a much more technical menu in S ranks, because you need to make it so that your intel is exactly 8, your R&D is 31-ish, and then combat is 15 to 16. That one's a little complicated, but 20% is pretty easy.
I didn't know there were specifics like that. I haven't watched Blackie's S yet. I'm super excited to see that. So, turns out there's another door up here that only opens during this mission, and it's slightly faster and much easier to get to than trying the elevator way. And this also puts us on the upper floors, which are all in all just easier paths to box boost through. That one guard, there was one there, he just said, what's that? It is possible for him to see you if you're a little slow, but 9 times out of 10 he won't see you. And there's what, like 2 more guards between you and the door, and you're gonna get through the door unless he shotguns you or something. You're gonna get through the door fine, right?
Yep. He's never seen me so far, but it'll happen one day.
One day, everything in Peace Walker will happen one day. Yeah, I do know in your your PB, he saw you and he shot
Shotgun,
you.
yeah.
You were walking into the exit, but you know.
It's probably faster to be seen there and just eat the shotgun to the face, but yeah.
Yeah, so shotguns, when they hit you, I don't know if they're irrelevant to any percent again. No, there's one in an upcoming mission.
There's
no,
also,
there's one coming up.
The C4 mission too.
Shotguns have an RNG chance of just usually they'll stagger you, but they can just send you flat on your back, and that's really annoying when they do that.
It's also kind of scary because
Yeah,
probably at like 1 HP after that.
I believe you can remind me. Snake has basically no iframes in this game, right? Like,
Basically, he does have iframes on rolling, but only for certain attacks. So there's like attacks that go through iframes, usually when they're like physical attacks, like a boss ramming in, that kind of thing.
yeah, whenever Snake gets hit and during it, like that flying through the air animation, he's fine. But otherwise,
On the
you're
way
taking
up,
it.
though, you can get hit, I think.
Yeah, you definitely can. You can get shot. So this is the main baddie. This is the namesake of the game, Peace Walker. This is the first fight. It is kind of scripted. There's actually an AI manipulation for this fight. What we want to do is stand this particular distance just outside flamethrower range, also known as lag thrower. Flamethrower is really bad on the PS3 version.
Yeah.
I like that you run away to dodge the screen, by the way. You're getting a particular position so that what you want basically is Peace Walker never moves. It's okay if she rotates and does moves that keep her in place, which usually consists of flamethrower engaged. And you just need to keep hitting the pod while she's doing it, plus you have to know where ammo is, you have to be placing them correctly and calling them. Peace Walker could have, for example, just completely rotated 180 and then his ammo's on the other side of Peace Walker and he has to somehow go back and get it without losing this loop. The only big thing that really we don't want to see is I think it's leg drivers charging or leg motors charging. That's bad news. That's big scary.
I cannot hit the pod right now.
The bug?
The pod.
Oh, the pod.
I keep missing it and hitting the weapon.
Dude, rockets have a mind of their own too. You'll aim right at it, and then the rocket it finds that gap and it goes through that.
Yeah. Thankfully, the Gustav has, like, I'm not sure if it has no fall off, but it basically has none.
It has fall off, but it has such fast bullet speed, I guess projectile speed, that it's basically non-existent. The trade-off for the
box. I just did too fast.
The trade-off for the Gustav is its reload time is awful. It is the slowest reloading rocket launcher in the run.
Right,
oh no!
All right, Lag City. Hang on, let me look away. Oh, that's not looking away.
No, that's just making it worse. No. So, actually, this gives us a chance. So the game is telling you to wiggle the left stick. Now, don't do that. Screw that. You'll never wake up if you wiggle. Just literally spin your stick like you're playing Ape Escape, and you'll wake Snake up so fast. But you can see how much stamina damage that flamethrower does to Snake.
Yeah, it also blows your PS3 up almost.
Yeah, on Xbox, lagless. On PS3, 2 frames. It's great.
I like how the frame rate drops so low that, like, just got being screen tearing all over the place.
It's actually relatively okay on this one. There's another Peace Walker fight coming up later. That one's real bad. That one's horrible.
I'll probably switch to running this on Xbox at some point. I just need to get one.
Yeah. If you plan on going real hard on this game, I definitely think Xbox is good. I don't know if you can transfer saves on Xbox. I know transferring doesn't work. It doesn't really matter for New Game, but like New Game Plus community is non-existent on Xbox, which is a shame, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles with this game, because New Game Plus is intense and requires a lot of work to set up. So now we're heading into the I think the only QTE where you can actually fail it. You can fail parts of it and still get an S rank. You only need, I think, 9 out of 10 rating on this, maybe even 8 out of 10.
For what I know, yeah, you can mess up one time. You can, like, get hit by the rockets here once and still get an S rank. If you get hit twice, you fail.
So I actually sat down and timed this out. This is one of the only 2 sections we allow turbo in the run, but it doesn't matter too much. Peace Walker fires 6 rockets and 4 trees fall. The trees, it's really, really important to dodge on. It's always going to be right, left, right, right, unless you get extra trees. You get extra trees if you mash too slow, or if you get hit by a tree. And the reason it matters is because getting hit by one of the 6 rockets is the cutscene of getting hit is 1/6 of a second slower. Getting hit by a tree is 1/4 of a second slower. Again, there are 6 rockets, 4 trees. However, if you get hit by all 6 rockets, you lose 1 second. If you get hit by all 4 trees, you actually double the amount of trees. You lose 2 seconds. So little trivia there on the timing.
Yeah, I didn't actually know any of that. I knew the rockets was not so bad to be hit by.
Yeah. Definitely don't get hit by the trees, because that you lose 2 seconds without accounting for the fact that you have extra trees to dodge, which makes the section longer. Anyway, that's that. Once a certain amount of time goes past, Peace Walker just gets away.
Yep, didn't mess up any of the QTEs either, which helps a little bit.
And then we get one of the hardest cutscenes to skip, remembering when you're supposed to skip Lake Nicaragua cutscene. Don't know why it's so hard to remember. And we're gonna move into my personal least favorite mission in the whole run.
Oh, really?
I hate this mission. This mission is one of the missions where, if you get an alert, you can't finish the first room or the third room on. Now, I mean, it does come down to just knowing where guards are going to be in execution. But New Game Plus, you play this mission really, really risky. So it's super easy to get an alert and just flub everything up. I hate this mission, personally. But I could see in New Game there are probably missions that take a much higher priority and distaste.
I hated this one at first, but I don't mind it so much anymore. It's more the next mission.
Yes. But thankfully, the path isn't too bad. You just need to hold that first guy up, move so the guy up top doesn't see you, and now there is these enemies, more kidnappers. You're intended to either wait for them to pass, or if you have chaff grenades develop, you can chaff them. However, it's arguable that this room is, this mission is actually better on a caution.
Oh, wow. I got
Oh, that's unfortunate. So I think your smoke just missed one.
Yeah, I
of the
must have
guys,
missed one. I think I was actually too slow, because I saw the guy on the left get.
Yeah, a lot of these are just like they're more precise than they look. Like the guy up top that we're dodging here with this hold up move around, he can easily turn and just look at you. The kidnapper can easily see you if you're a little too slow. The guys up top, one misstep, they can see you in the corner. But the caution is nice because it puts guys in very specific spots, which makes upcoming rooms much easier to do, in my opinion.
I don't like the box boost here, because every time I do, I slam into that guy and then lose my box for the rest of the mission.
Yeah, plus, on a mission like this where you can get seen by just about anyone, anywhere, box boosting and then remembering not to be in the box, because you lose a lot of camo index in the box, can be very stressful on you. In my opinion,
the most precise smoke in the game, probably, but I don't usually miss it. You hit to the left of these guys right here, you won't be seen by them or the flying guy, so you don't need to shoot him.
So there's two ways to go through this room. This way's a little slower, but probably much safer. Alright, nice. So we're through the second room, and now the third room is the main one that benefits from a caution. In the caution, there's going to be two guys right at the start of it.
This is the funniest room in the game. I love this.
You can just smoke these guys, move through, and then I won't spoil what you're talking about, because I watched that in your run, and I was like, oh, that's great. So you have to take these out. There's a kidnapper here. This is a really annoying trespasser, kidnapper, whatever you want to call him. Oh, okay, that's fine. And now, because an explosion went off, these two guys are going to come investigate. But they're not going to investigate where you are. They're going to investigate where the explosion came from.
Alright, later, guys. Godspeed.
Later, guys. So, with the strat you do in this room, it's a little slower than just going up there, but I actually really like that. That makes this mission significantly easier.
That's the strat I did in my less ranks run. It's slightly faster to like bring the shotgun in and then shoot them down, but I mean, look at it. How can I not do that?
You get through the mission without an alert and without a reset. I consider that a success, and that strat's going to make that mission much more enjoyable for me. This next mission, not so much. I think
This
every
is
new game runner
very
hates
difficult.
this mission, and most new game plus runners hate this mission. And you picked this strat up probably from Jag, or Blackie probably
Yeah.
did this from Jag.
No, Blackie didn't. Yeah, Blackie uses the battle dress.
Okay, so you took this directly from Jag.
Yep.
Kudos to you guys. Remember how I said defense and speed are balanced? So this mission that's coming up is going to be a lot of damage, which means we want a lot of defense. It's okay in casual playthrough to sacrifice defense for a slow speed because you'd rather stay alive. Not in a speedrun. No. In a speedrun, we want speed with a little deep.
I am not exaggerating. You can die in less than a second if somebody just locks onto you with a Virginia. It's rough.
Yep. And the worst place to die, and probably easiest place to die, is the final room. Because you don't get checkpoints in this mission, and it's like 5 rooms long. So, these kidnappers here, we have to take them out, or they will grab us while trying to climb the ladder.
They'll
Plus, you're
start shooting
continually...
you. Yeah.
They will continually do damage to you, and you need to mitigate as much damage as possible. Are you gonna... Nice. Okay. He moved away, came back, and you're like, no.
Yeah, you can actually... I have a clip of him just teleporting into my fist. It's pretty great. You can grab him from miles away.
So there is a guy up top where that upper smoke landed. I assume you threw that up there on purpose, but
No,
if not,
actually.
it worked out.
That was a complete accident, but it worked.
Yeah. So this room, I saw you do a box crate stand to roll over.
Oh, I think I failed it in my PB, didn't I?
You did. You failed in your PB. Are you going for redemption?
Absolutely.
I fully suppose. I didn't even know there was a consistent way to do this one, so I'm very excited.
Hang on, let me get the menu right. There we go.
Well, there's a shotgun guy coming up. Yay, redemption!
It's easy to set up, but hey, I didn't want to miss it again.
Box rolls are no joke more challenging to get than you think, because they have to be a very particular distance from the wall, or you'll just smash into an invisible wall.
In my opinion, this is by far the most dangerous. Like, I hate this route.
I think that's fair, because the rocket launcher RNG can just decide that today you are getting hit. Also, that lag,
there,
that lag from that explosion, PS3 only, so that's fun. Yeah, so you can already see he's already used 3 rations, and this is with rank 2 rations. So, you do have a second healing item, I believe, right?
Yep. Spicy curry.
Yep. So, because we have spicy curry, it's not too bad yet, but it can get really scary. And this room coming up, you're guaranteed to take at least 1 hit of damage. I don't think it's possible to get through this without getting shot once.
Very convenient box there, by the way.
Indeed, yep. Because we want to box boost straight down this hallway, but we want to shoot this kidnapper first, because what that's going to do is going to take all of those guards out, and then just let us box boost to the end where 2 more guards are going to come out. One has a big gun, and the other has a bigger rocket launcher.
Yeah, the rocket launcher guy I don't mind, just this guy with the gun, he's Rambo, he does not miss.
Yeah, and you can already see half of Snake's health is gone. Just half of it gone. Oof. So, I like this safety smoke. When you hit this button, you do double tap elevator buttons. It makes them come faster, just like another game. Now is the time to do any menus and stuff, because this room we're going into, this is the last room. This room, you need to be on point. You need to know who's coming. You need to know when they're coming. You need to know where they're going to be. And you need to not make any rash decisions, like going too close to that window, because that's half your health right there if you walk up to that window too early. So, the way this fight works is there is a scripted number of guys in it. They all have to be taken care of. This is any percent, so we don't care about killing them. But annoyingly, these guys do have helmets, which means that if you wanted to headshot them, you do have to take their helmets off first. And on top of that, there's a gunship in the air that is continually trying to fire rockets at us and shoot us and hit us. With the weapons we have, the best way to take him out is to get on this turret as long as we can. Yo, nice shot. And then once the gunship decides annoyingly to get behind the turret where you can't hit him, this is why we brought an M60 into this mission. You might think, well, why not just shoot it with a rocket? That'll take him out really quick.
Where is he? I'm blind. Oh, there.
He's right behind you.
Alright, we did it.
You might think, why not just shoot a rocket? That gunship is surprisingly deceptive and able to dodge rockets, but he can't dodge a machine gun. Plus, the machine gun just does insane damage to him. But once he starts exploding like that, he's done. He's out of the way. 3 last enemies to clear. Heaven's Divide is probably about to start playing if it hasn't already, and we are out of the mission. Did Heaven's Divide play?
I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. If it didn't play, that was really fast, because it played in your PB.
It could have been faster because I missed that guy, but it didn't matter too much because I had to wait for the door to open anyway, because it's based on the helicopter. Yeah. I actually preferred that mission in all S ranks, because being able to just shoot people in the body with the Mark 22 is so nice there. Plus having smoke grenades. But problem with it is you kind of need the goose stab stuff to make the other parts a little faster than 90%. So, yeah.
Interesting you got the Scorpion rank there. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, sometimes that happens just from shooting people with the M60, I think. Because that one's referring to neutralize people lethally, right?
Yeah, it would have to be. Alright, so this is the Peace Walker 2 fight. This is the fight, and I mean that in all the senses of the word, the fight. This is like 25 minute, even with all the improvements.
I knew I was forgetting something.
This fight did not get any faster. And remember, we kept talking about ammo management. If we're gonna get bad luck, this is the one we're gonna get bad luck in, and we won't know it until like 14 minutes.
It's only happened once, but when I ran out of ammo in this mission, I was like, how did that happen? And after the run, I went and checked, and I lost like 90% of my staff due to low morale because they just randomly got sick. I was like, oh, unlucky.
So, Peace Walker is more consistent than some of the other AIs. This leg joint here is the weak spot and the easiest part to hit, other than, well, actually, in this state, probably the easiest part to hit and the most likely one to stagger Peace Walker. The whole mechanic during this whole 20+ minute fight is that when Peace Walker starts a timer, Peace Walker is going to launch a nuke. So not only do you have to make sure that Peace Walker isn't killing you, but you also have to make sure you have the firepower to stagger Peace Walker to prevent it from reaching that timer, because that's an instant game over. What Peace Walker does, especially on new game, relative to what you're doing, is basically random. Peace Walker can go to the other side of the arena. Peace Walker can charge. She'll go back here. We all love it when she goes back here because it's ridiculous trying to hit her. But basically at this point, I mean, we're at the will of the ammo gods and Peace Walker himself. Do you have any particular strats or notes that you'd like to note on this new game? Because I haven't done this in a while.
So, I mean, this is probably the same new game plus maybe. I actually don't need to shoot it that much now that I think about it. But when it's in nuclear mode, you'll see me switch legs quite a lot, and that's because at a certain point, once the leg takes too much damage, you can see on the front left one there, it has like a damaged model. If you get that while it's in nuclear mode, it staggers immediately, but I don't want it to stagger because it's just 3 hits while it's watching a nuke. So I'll switch legs to make sure that I don't break one while doing the same one over.
That's a good strat. I like that. Also, since we're gonna be stuck here for a while just talking about this fight, now's a good time to mention to anyone curious about the systems on this game. This game was developed with a team from Capcom's Monster Hunter Generations 3rd Freedom Unite team. It was one of those two teams. They actually worked on some of the concepts of this game, which is why this game has a Monster Hunter tie-in. It's why when monsters scream, Snake will get staggered, like a Monster Hunter style roar animation. It's why fights work like this at all. It's because of the Monster Hunter team influence. Also, that mechanic right there was a EM pulse. During EM pulse, you can't fire rockets. However, you can use the M60. One of the worst mistakes I've ever made is coming into this mission forgetting to put an M60 on.
Oh gosh.
That was so upsetting.
Oh dang him.
Yep. And this is Peace Walker's lovely dash. Dashes twice. You basically have to have rations on at all times here, because Peace Walker will just hit you with something that does half your health bar and damage, even in this armor. And like, if you don't have the rations on, well, that sucked, you know? But this is also the first mission, I believe, where we're really working on the fact we have 2 rocket launchers and a machine gun in our inventory. We can stagger our rocket shots so that we'll fire, say, a C. Gustav and then into a Law, or in this case, a Law into a C. Gustav, and that lets us get 2 rockets off at the cost of 1. It's not really as notable on New Game, but it is nice to have that rocket into a rocket into a rocket system instead of just constantly firing and reloading the same rocket over and over, especially since ammo management is so important in this. We really want to make sure we are low, if not out, of whatever ammo we're using so that we get more ammo for that particular thing. Plus, we want to save these ones on the ground until we need them. Because when like I said earlier, when ammo's on the ground, it's not at Mother Base. That means you're not getting any more. And correct me if I'm wrong on this, I don't believe, even though it says sent to Mother Base, you can't actually get deployed that ammo you sent back to Mother Base again during the same mission, can you?
I don't think so. It does actually get sent back for you to use in another mission, but they won't send it back in the same mission.
Yep, so if Fat Kid accidentally picks up some C. Gustav ammo when he's full on C. Gustav, that actually can detrimentally affect you.
Because I think it just went into, can't shoot it with the rockets again.
Now, thankfully, when it is EM Pulse,
It's still hit me.
wow. Yeah, shout out to Peace Walker clipping through walls. You also can run out of rations, by the way. So there's that as well. But if you stagger Peace Walker, just like the nuke, you will end EM Pulse immediately. But the MG60 does decent damage. It's also proximity based. The closer you are, the more damage it's doing. But we do also need to manage our rocket ammo. So, you know, you take the chances when you can.
He really wants to step on me.
He does. You could stand under it and do the QTE if you really want.
So I wanted to, but the positioning for that is so precise. It's weird. I always miss it. I always try for it, and then it just doesn't give me the prompt, and I get on it.
Also, shoutouts to the stagger information, the stagger animation that really doesn't. Wow, she does want to airbomb you. That just doesn't give you enough time to actually do anything during the stagger.
They're still trying to stop on. Please.
Peace Walker is not doing nice. There's the roar. So, if a monster, I'm gonna refer to it as a monster. If a monster roars and you are prone on the ground, it will prevent you from being roared or being staggered, but
yeah, you can also do the same with just standing in the box, which is what I tried to do and messed it up.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to time that right, especially if you're in the middle of an animation. We are 60% done with Peace Walker. At 20%, Peace Walker is going to do a special attack called launching S-Mines. I would argue that's one of the best times to hit Peace Walker, but Peace Walker has weird, like, HP gates where you can't actually do damage to Peace Walker during certain things for some reason. So what I imagine is Peace Walker is going to jump in the water, come out, not be able to be damaged. At least that's how New Game Plus happens. And then go over and start launching S-Mines, and you'll get 2 rockets on the pod, and then you just have to kind of wait because Peace Walker moves to a position where you just can't do anything until she comes back. I don't exactly know how it works on New Game, but that's the New Game Plus, is she just goes in the water, and then you're like, well, I can't do anything now and for 5 seconds because she's invulnerable for some reason.
Yeah, I didn't actually know about that, I don't think. Sorry, I guess it just never really comes up in New Game. It might with the Fim launcher, but I haven't noticed it with that either.
Plus, New Game, this fight's already so long,
Yeah,
and you're
so
not
long.
hitting any of these damage thresholds that New Game Plus hits, so it would be really hard to even tell you've hit it.
The Fim launcher makes the fight so much faster, but it's so viable for entering this game, in my opinion.
Really? I've never thought to use the Fim launcher. That's actually really cool. So like,
Yeah, I
yeah,
used
that
it in,
jump right there to the middle, that rocket that hit Peace Walker, I don't think actually did any real damage. I think Peace Walker was completely immune to damage during that animation.
That makes sense.
No, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. It's so dumb how Peace Walker works when you get to this level, but this is the tail end. It looks like we've been good on ammo. I mean, we won't know until we get a supply drop where we don't get the ammo, but I think we're
Yeah,
good.
we're
I
fine
don't
on ammo.
feel-
Even if it doesn't give me any more, I can just have to switch it down really fast.
Oh yeah, once you hit the last 10% of HP, or 5%, whatever percent that is, once you hit that, you know you're good. As long as you have the rations, then you know you're good.
Yeah. Yeah, the Fim is kind of crazy. In my S ranks run, against the first Peace Walker fight, I think the Fim does 32,000 damage against it. It's absurd.
That is absurd. Was that 2 charges? I thought they were gonna charge and then EM pulse. 3
Needed
EM
2
pulses is just straight up.
Yeah, this is the
unfortunate.
worst luck I think I've ever gotten, but you know, that's difficult for a man.
Yep, but we should be able to finish it off here, and you can see the damage is going up. That's because Fat Kid is continually getting closer and closer. It's like I said earlier, it's proximity based, but that is Peace Walker 2. That is the hardest. I don't know if you'd call it the scariest boss fight.
Yeah.
This run is why the run is duct tape and glue. It's fully possible to get here, and the run just says, nope, not today, not happening, not with this setup.
With my route, it's incredibly unlikely at least, but just because of how, you know, sickness morale works, if you get unlucky with someone like good getting sick or getting brigged, then yeah, you can just get kind of screwed over a bit.
And now, this is the one board pulling section that is required. Currently, Peace Walker is still trying to launch a nuke. You cannot finish the game until you have pulled all of these boards. You'll notice that we're pulling C. That's because the pull system actually starts on D, like the little red indicator. However, Snake starts on C, and if you just mash into D, what's gonna happen is you're gonna have to watch Snake slowly move over to start pulling boards. So it's a really dumb quirk of the game. You just gotta remember to move to C. Second fun fact, I don't know if you knew this, kid. There's actually a second reason we use the battle dress for this besides defense.
Oh, is it actually faster for this part?
We found out because I casually mentioned while teaching someone that you should always finish this, I believe, at like 2 minutes, 18 seconds if you're pulling optimally. That in the battle dress and the sneaking suit, it is possible to pull all the boards in 2 minutes, with 2 minutes and 18 seconds. If you come into this with any other armor, it takes you an extra 12 seconds to pull all of the boards.
I guess he doesn't put the board away quite as fast because his model's smaller?
I don't remember why. I think Kinegos actually like looked at it in video form, but it's just, yeah, the animation is slower, so it takes longer if you're in anything. So Battle Dress actually saves 10 seconds just on the pull alone.
Yeah, pull one out for all the IL runners that mismenued here.
Indeed. We're getting a lot of GGs. I do want to let you guys know it's not quite over yet. We do have
We
one
still have
mission
the hardest mission
left.
to go.
Yeah, the actual hardest mission.
When I
left
tried
in
to
the
beat
game.
my personal best of getting Miller to shout the same line over.
Do you know how to crab walk? Do you have C4? You put C4
I-
on it, or a grenade if you really want. But I'll let you do your thing.
C4? I have not heard about this crab walk.
If you have C4 or some throwable that, or some placeable C4, claymore, etc. And then you walk out to the ledge while holding the C4 prep to place, you
Oh,
get quite the animation. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Up to you if you want to do that.
I'll try it.
Chunky equals speed. I like that quote, indeed. So yeah, again, we have one mission left. We are coming up on time, but before we get there, one last hardest final mission is required for any percent. S rank does not have to do this mission because it doesn't give a rank. But for this category, it is required because it's first ending, and this is what we want. Kinegos has entered in chat with the correction. It is 22 seconds faster to use the battle dress or the sneaking suit. That is mine.
Alright, so you walk against the wall
And just hold it prepped so that
Yeah.
you can place it. Well, you want to be standing, not crouching.
Oh, you're only standing. Oh, yes, this, okay.
And now we get one of the best walking animations in the game. I love this.
See, my normal thing is to come over here, dump the box down, and take a nap.
Take a nap. And you might be saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Isn't this a mission?" I mean, yeah, it is a mission, but like,
Snake!
yeah, that's it. We had to sit here for 2 minutes and 12 seconds, surrounded by our food that we refuse to eat. I've had so many people ask me, "Can we just skip this mission?" And it's like, well, sometimes yes, but no, because the point is to do this mission. It is
Yeah.
the ending.
I've never minded this mission, compared to, like, pulling out the board 7 times. Well, it's like 5, but...
Yeah, and like you're at the end here, so time is coming up. It's gonna be on fade. I will let you call time, Fat.
This is
but
when,
yeah,
when it fades out and the cutscene starts.
Thanks for having me. It was real fun.
Yeah, thanks for
GG on the
commentating.
Peace Walker run. Glad you made it through.
It went pretty well. I mean, I had some messed up menus a lot, but I had like 2 alerts too, but it went pretty okay. I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
I didn't die, so...
Yeah, for a marathon run, I'm pretty happy with this Peace Walker run. I hope you are too.
Yeah. No deaths, I'll take. Okay,
Alright,
it's coming up.
coming up.
And time.
GG, man. Alright. We did it! So, this song, I don't think we're gonna let it play, but if it does play, you get copyright
You
strike.
get copyright strike immediately.
Just heads up on that. Sing a song is not good for you.
Okay, Vaki, can you quickly turn off the game sound then, because we don't have control over there.
Oh, yeah, sure. I don't think it plays here though. It only plays during the credits, right?
Not sure.
I can
Just
turn it
a
off anyway to be safe. There you go. Oh, wrong one. That one. There we go. We did it.
But yeah,
You want to know
GG's
your
again.
time?
Sure. What was it?
It was around 1 hour, 51 minutes, and let me quickly calculate, 42 seconds. We started the timer sadly a little bit late.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay. That's,
So
I'm fine with
151.
it.
Nice.
PB is like
Underestimate.
144, so yeah, all I wanted was underestimate.
Congratulations then.
Thank you. I guess just while I'm here, thanks to, everyone in the Discord, Kenny Ghost, Mini, Omega King, Sparty, Blackie, and of course, Sergeant. They all helped a lot with me learning this game. It was very helpful and helped me out with a lot of things that I weren't sure about or didn't know. So, thank you for all of that. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching.
We're happy you enjoy the run and you've brought it so low. Thanks
Yeah.
for running.
Yep. Thanks for running. And of course, this is not the end. This is merely the start of day 3 here for the 35th anniversary, celebrating the birthday of Metal Gear here at MGSR. We'll be back after a short intermission with the Metal Gear Solid V, starting off with Ground Zeroes and then the Phantom Pain. Ground Zeroes run by Nick Green, so just stay tuned and we'll be right back.